People in the Caribbean can expect some heavy rain, surf, rip currents also could be life-threatening. David's here to talk about this as well. Hurricane Aaron at this point not expected to hit the U.S.?
Not directly, but by the time it gets close to the East Coast, it's expected to be very large, and even indirect impacts like large waves, rip currents, those have been deadly and can be deadly in the past. So here's the latest on Aaron right now. It is the first hurricane of the season. Winds there at the top of your screen, 75 miles per hour, just a Category 1 and barely that. Conditions have not been perfect for this thing to take off, which is why it hasn't yet. A little bit of dry air coming in from the north, sea surface temperatures, wind shear, they just haven't been ideal, but things are going to change. In fact, the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center takes this to a major hurricane, Category 3, the first of the year certainly, by Sunday morning. After that, a Category 4. Again, a direct U.S. strike is very unlikely at this time, but a very large hurricane, the center of which could be anywhere in this cone or even slightly outside of this cone. So it still does bear watching. Of course, we'll keep you advised, and no impacts expected up here. Back here at home, though, we do have a weather alert for our own reason, a severe thunderstorm and flash flood threat tomorrow. This green shading is showing just a low 1 out of 5 chance of wind damage. We also, though, have the possibility of flooding rainfall from storms that are rotating around this big heat dome to our south. Huge ridge of high pressure has quickly built our way, boosting our temperatures and our humidity. And the first complex of many storms that are heading our way this weekend, building over Iowa right now. This one expected to decay on its way here this evening, but also bears watching. The flash flood threat, as more of these rounds of storms come our way overnight and into the morning, grows. 1 out of 4 in Chicago, 2 out of 4 in our far northern suburbs. So let's talk about how this goes down so you can plan around it. Through the evening, again, we're watching those Iowa storms, but we're expecting them to fall apart. Still possible, though, that we get clipped in some areas, so a slight chance of rain is possible overnight. By tomorrow morning, though, a different complex of storms comes our way. This one more of a sure thing, and it could create quite a stormy start to our Saturday, even through 9-10 a.m. in the Chicago area. Air and water show, we do think that some storms will be regenerating at times through the afternoon, but it's not an all-day washout, so you might still get away with some beach time, maybe some time out there at the lake watching the planes and boats. Overnight Saturday into Sunday, this is where the exact timing gets a little tricky the farther you get out. We do think, though, that some scattered storm redevelopment is possible Sunday, mainly during the heat of the afternoon and evening with all this moisture that's still around. Rain totals by Sunday night into Monday morning, just about everybody has gotten something, and some of us have 1 to 3 inches in the backyard rain gauge. So plants will be happy, certainly. Tonight's forecast, 75 degrees with just a slight chance of storms, warm, humid weather. Tomorrow, talk about warm and humid, 90 degrees again, but more humidity, producing a heat index of 95 to 100 around those periods of heavy rain and storms. Heavy rain and storms most likely tomorrow, prompting the weather alert, but more scattered storms are possible Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. After that, breezy winds associated with a cold front blowing in here on Wednesday, and that will drop temperatures, especially near the lake. The rest of us drop to near 80 with overnight lows back in the 60s. So if we can make it through several more days of AC weather, we do have a light at the end of the tunnel if you're in for some cooler weather.